Some of you may not have realized that I'm not part of the club. You're not part of the club either. And what I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of their club. That pisses them off. I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all got to deal with. Ever since I put out the contract with Black America, you know they've been f***ing with me. Well, what I'm going to do is go on the Gatekeepers podcast tour. And I'm going to talk to everybody.
What it do? It's 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. Say, Ice Cube, man. I started this gangster shit in 86. Now you're dissing me for publicity. Isn't he a hoe to the third degree? Who me? I'm a G that like to scrap a lot, down with rap a lot, and I can't stop, won't stop. So fuck Bill and Hillary. Ice Cube, it ain't no killing me. Hey, listen, gangsters don't live that long, man. Ice Cube been on a rampage. Yeah, if you ain't heard about it, you should know about it. Ice Cube he's back. And I just want to impose a question: is Ice Cube really America's most wanted? He's saying some bullshit. He said he's finna expose all gatekeepers. Yeah. And he said he don't want to be a part of Hollywood and whatever weird shit they got going on. Just want to give my thoughts. Listen, before I could ever touch Ice Cube, I just want to talk about some shit. Listen, imagery is very important. How you see somebody is who the fuck they are. When people from overseas, when they see us in movies, when they see us in videos, when they see us, they see the worst of us. They don't see the best of us. Now they see us worshiping money. They see our women twerking. They see us with diamonds and shit and pistols and Dracos and shit. So everybody look at us as hoes and bitches and thugs. Just want to let you be known. When people come over here, they see black folks as what they see in the movies. And most of the time when you see us in the movies and all them Tubi movies and shit, yeah, that's how they see us. So I just want to explain some about imagery and how when you look at it nowadays, the imagery is gone. Like, ain't no more stand-up shit. I'm finna give you an example. Two of the most stand-up black actors we've ever had in recent years is Denzel and Samuel L. Jackson. Stand up. I'm talking about just solid. When you think of men, they were just men, bro. But they had swagger, was, some fly brothers. They had swagger, they had sauce. You know what I'm saying? They just had that. They had that shit, bro. But like I said, they was men and they was fathers. And so, like I said, when you look at Denzel, he played in Malcolm X. Didn't get no award for it. He was a stand-up man in that movie. He had a wife, kid, played Malcolm X, played it to the T, looked just like him, everything. Also, he played in John Q. I thought that movie should have got an award. Where he held the whole goddamn hospital hostage so they would save his son. He fought for his son. Look, 20, 30 years later, what's that movie he just played in, Fences? Where he told that boy, I really don't give a fuck about you, and I don't have to, as long as I feed your black ass, I don't have to give a fuck about you. And really told him, you ain't gonna be shit, and fuck that baseball shit. You better get a job down here at this factory with me, because that's all your ass gonna ever be. And had a baby outside the marriage and made his wife raise the baby. Yeah, so look at how the roles changed. And then look at the award he got in Training Day, where really he was a victim because he was just crooked like all the other cops. But instead of standing against the police force and the crooked shit, he just became a part of it. But he got labeled the villain. And so, and his whole hood turned on him and took up for the white boy, and he got shot up at the end. And that's the shit he get an award on. So what I'm saying is, how you go, look at the roles. He was once a stand-up dude. This motherfucker held the whole goddamn hospital hostage for my motherfucking son to be okay. To saying, fuck my son and Fences, and I don't give a fuck about you. So I'm saying, like, look at how the roles have changed. Look at Samuel Jackson. Look at him in Negotiator. Yeah, motherfucker tried to fuck him over on his job. He held the whole motherfucker hostage. You only see movies like that where black men are just fearless and shit. You only see that kind of shit where they challenge their whole job. They challenge the hospital. They challenge shit when they done wrong and they take a stance on something. You don't even see that no more. Look at Negotiator and then look at Django. Just gonna be honest. Listen, you can say that shit was funny. Now, you can say it was comedy or whatever you want to say. But in the 90s, Samuel Jackson would have never played no fucking role like that, bro. He knew what he was doing. Just like Denzel wouldn't have played no role like Fences or Training Day in the 90s. He wouldn't have done that because at that time, they still had their integrity. But like I said, it's kind of like on the job. After you've been there about 30 years, certain shit just don't even bother you. You done took so much shit. They could kick you. After a while, them kicks, you just get numb to the pain. And so, in my opinion, that's what happened. They started playing roles that it just reversed who they really was. So, and when you look at it, and then they just throw you away. Look at Denzel. Denzel ain't been in no big movie. Denzel or Samuel Jackson, they two of the biggest. They say Denzel is the best actor of all. He ain't never even had a TV show. Neither one of them. So that's just another thing. One thing about Hollywood, bro, it is that shit, bro. Hollywood and the rap game is way more dangerous than these streets. That shit is way more dangerous. And you know, these days everybody want to be famous, but that shit is way more dangerous than the streets. I'm telling you, once you sign that contract, they got some shit over you, bro. You got to go to them parties. It's a lot of shit you got to do once you sign to them. So a lot of people don't talk about that. You just see the diamonds, you see the pictures and them sitting and standing on the red carpet, and you see them with the bad broads, but you don't know what them motherfuckers got to do when they're in that office signing that contract. And the cold thing about the Hollywood and the rap game, when them motherfuckers throw you away, you through. Ain't no other label gonna pick you up. No other movie executive, no other producers are gonna pick you up. When they done with you, bro, you X'd out. And that's what they did to Ice Cube. And which leads me to say this, bro. Shout out to you for trying to speak up and talk your shit. Gotta be honest though. I don't think you America's Most Wanted, bro. I just think you upset. Listen, I appreciate you. A couple years ago, you came out with the Black Letter and the Black Letter for black folks and what black folks need. I thought that shit was some stand-up bullshit. And then not one black celebrity stand with, nobody stood with you. That shit got about 5,000 views on YouTube. Don't too many people even know about that Black Letter you wrote for black folks. Listen, I'm just gonna say this, bro. You waited a long time. I'm just being real. You waited a long time. I ain't seen you in a movie in a long time, bro. They X'd you out. And I just think you doing what most black celebrities and black athletes do once you throw us away. Monique did it. A lot of Bill Cosby, let me tell you something. Bill Cosby was America's #1 dad. And he didn't really fuck with rappers. He didn't fuck with blacks that even cussed and shit. He didn't like that shit. He didn't even like black comedians that cuss. But when them white folks stripped him and threw him in that jail and threw him in that cell and put him in them kind of conditions, that motherfucker responded to some shit Boosie said. Bro, that's some shit Bill Cosby would have never done in his life. So what I'm saying is, a lot of times when we get desperate and we feel like white folks done threw us away, we get angry and we want to speak out now. I'm just gonna be honest, bro. You should have spoke out when you was doing Next Friday and All About the Benjamins and all them barbershops and shit. I just wish you had a spoke up through the movies. But a lot of time when we get successful, through the success, we don't see the pain and suffering of our people. Now we don't understand the suffering until we get threw away by Hollywood, or our records stop selling. Now then we start to see the struggle. Now we start to see poverty. We start to see what black folks go through on an everyday basis, and then we start to care. So listen, bro. Shout out to you for saying some shit and exposing these gatekeepers. But I'm gonna tell you some shit. Also, another reason why I really think you mad. Listen, you got a league called Big 3. It's cool, bro, but it don't get a whole lot of attention. And I think you mad that the NBA ain't really backing you up on that shit. And I think you mad that your league don't get enough acknowledgement. And shout out to you for creating that league. I think it's dope as shit. I think you a dope businessman. I think you a fucking Ice Cube, one of the smartest dudes ever came in the game. He fucking smart as shit. And you a top 5 rapper of all time. Hands down. But I'm just gonna say this, bro. I think you have a duty, bro, that's bigger than that Big 3 shit. That's bigger than that black letter that you wrote to Joe Biden or whoever you wrote it to. I think you got a duty, bro, to bring hip hop back. I think because NWA, y'all started this gangster shit. Remember, I started this gangster shit in '86. Now you're dissing me for publicity. Remember that shit? I'm just saying, bro, to be a real OG, bro, I wish you just try to bring hip hop back and show that it was never meant to be gangster, bro. Y'all was conscious. So I just wish you bring that shit back and speak against the violence and all this murder dances and kill shit and all this drill music. I think it's your duty. I think it's you, Ice Cube, Too Short, all you I think it's y'all duty. Snoop Dogg, you don't never hear him say shit about it. And, you know, Snoop Dogg been considered one of the most gangster Crips, but this motherfucker been married for 25 years, bro. We've been thinking he was a pimp for 30 years, bro. Snoop is a faithful 25-year husband, a great father in real life, but we thought he was a pimp and one of the biggest gangsters. Nah, bro. So I think it's y'all duty to speak against this shit that y'all once uplifted. So yeah, it ain't just the youngsters' fault. I hold you motherfucking OGs accountable. So Ice Cube, you are not America's Most Wanted until you try to bring hip hop back and speak against. Now, one thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna get off this mother. The best shit I can say about you, Cube. One thing I don't believe about you, I don't think you do weird shit. Nah, I don't think you done been to none of them parties. Nah, when I look at you, Cube, you don't look like, I think you a man's man. I don't think you do that shit that Lil Baby them. I don't think you fuck around in Atlanta or none of that shit there. I don't think you do weird shit. I just think you got caught up in the money and the success and the fame of making your movies and shit like that, and that you forgot about the struggle, and now you remember it. So I just hope you can remember it when the Big 3 take off and you get you a couple more movies and shit. Just remember the POFO and just remember the struggle and remember that black letter you wrote. But shout out to you. You a top 5 rapper. You dope as shit. And yeah, this is 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. With that, I'm out.